What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Siren Frost, and first of all, a little disclaimer. I just want to say I'm sorry for not posting last week. Things haven't gone that great for a little bit, and at the time, I didn't have any content for you guys. So now, this week, I finally got some content, finally, from all this crap. And today we'll be doing an updated version of Gramgrace. It's been a while since I did Gramgrace. I think it's been like 2 years now, I think. It's probably been like 2 years now, almost. A year almost since I did that. So, thanks to Set 6 and a few promos later, I finally got a deck that's almost pure Gramgrace with a little bit of a little help. So, as a little reminder, you guys, just a quick backstory. This deck is from Vanguard Dear Days, the game. And the character, I think its name was Ichidoji, I think her name was. I have to look it up again. But, basically, this is the main protagonist's, deck herself. Oh, shit. Let's see. Did I miss something here? Sorry, let me hurry and quick look it up on this one. So, let's see. Let's see, do we have it? Yes, we do. Okay, so this is the upgraded version, Gramgrace Sieg, I think it is, so that's why. But, yeah, thanks to Set 6, we finally had some support. And I know you guys are going to be like, Celine, you definitely are way behind and way outdated than normal. Well, this is what happens when I don't get every single card that I need for the deck, and I'd rather have it come out later than not at all, right? That's just my opinion. Okay, so here it is. Her name is Yuki Ichidoji. And, yes, so she beat the main protagonist who played Fabernil, which I'll get to that in the next video. But yeah, this is just a pure, pretty much, Gramgrace deck, pretty much. With a little help, a little bit of text here and there, and it's just my opinion. And of course, we are using natural lighting, from outside. I finally opened my drapes and get some light in here because darkness has been my best friend for too long, so I kind of figured maybe a little bit of lighting wouldn't hurt. So, without any further ado, let's hop into this video. Starting with the right deck, of course, we're using the energy counter. You are still allowed to use the energy generator, for legal tournament reasons, and you can use this too. But a lot of people, even at my locals, have started using this card to pretty much use it for dice and free up more space. Sorry, I'm trying to slowly pronounce my words. So I thought it was more convenient. And we're sticking with the grade 0, 1, and 2 ride line from the Gramgrace deck. I need to get more of those grade 1s and 2s, but that's just me. So we have Starry Magic Starlily for our grade 0. And then we have Incision Angel for our grade 1. Divine Sister Gateaubasque for grade 2. And of course, we have the new evolution of Gramgrace. This is the Sword-Stained Night Dragon Emperor, Gramgrace Sieg. Your Persona Ride also increases the power of your back row units. Awesome sauce. 1 turn only, Soul Blast 1, choose one of your back row center rear guards. It gets this skill. This unit can attack from the back row, and it gets 10,000 power into the end of the turn. Awesome. And if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, Energy Blast 3, and this unit gets +1 critical into the end of the turn. Awesome sauce. At the end of the battle, your back row rear guard attacked. Put that unit into Soul. If you put a card into Soul, draw a card at the end of the turn. So this is definitely the more high-ranking officer to the deck as well, and not a bad look. Pretty much. Now, I don't think you can use the normal Gramgrace anymore, even though that's what the normal player would do. But overall, I do like this ride line more. And the fact that we can also use generics, like these guys for generic as well, you can actually now custom made your own deck out of these cards, no problem. And then see what happens. And then most of them are from the manga, so that's not too bad. But yeah, this deck has evolved. Like, I'm very happy. So yeah, that is the confirmed ride line now, thanks to Yuki. And she is using the Tamari sleeves. Well, she doesn't, but I do. This is considered the ivory color, so I'm using it for Keter Sanctuary, even though it's meant for Tamari. But, you know, she's not here at the moment. Alright, so the main deck, of course, I'm sticking with my usual trigger lineup, just to be on the safe side. I know, hold on guys, 1 second. Gesundheit. Sorry, I had to sneeze. So, I know you're all probably going to encourage me to play draws, and maybe one day that will happen. I just need to find a good enough reason to do it. I mean, I did try draws in my other decks, and I don't know, maybe for me, I'm just used to having 8 crits and fronts at all times, because that's just the style I like to play. But I keep saying go outside your comfort zone, try something different, and that's one of the things I'm going to try more to be inclusive with. But until that day happens, I'm still sticking with my usual thing. So I have 4 Palpitation Angels for our heal triggers, 4 White Fang Witch Dismas, 4 Blade Feather Dragons, 3 Bard of Heavenly Song Alpacc, and 1 Light Dragon Deity of Honor's Amartinoa for our over trigger. So this is just it's pretty standard right there. And plus, this is basically, to me, like another female deck with a little bit of male. So this is like a androgyny kind of mixed to it with masculinity and femininity. So there's that. And of course, it can't be a Gramgrace deck without some Gramgrace sleeves. I don't have the new ones, so I'm using the old ones. But hey, they look still pretty sickening, in my opinion. Now, for grade 1s, I did change it up a little bit, because I find out the Gramgrace has more grade 2s and 3s, but the grade 1s are just there because they're there. So we also have the reprint of a promo, which I found out. This is the Bringer of Soaring Wind Lachte, so we're still using her. And then for our new one, we have one of the counter decks for Oracle Think Tank, 4 copies of Battle Sister Coco. Now, listen, you guys, this takes me back a lot. It takes me back to the time where I used to play Coco in Amaterasu. So this is nice. They gave her a comeback. So her new skill is, if you have a Vanguard with only 1 clan and your G zone has no cards, this card gets the following effects. When this unit is placed on rear guard, put a card from your hand into Soul. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Choose a card from among them, put it into your hand, and put the rest to the top of your deck in Soul. If you put a card into Soul by this effect, this unit gets 5,000 power in a turn. And then it's her new ability, which is a continue rearguard or guard effect. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, and your opponent's drive checks or damage checks revealed a trigger unit this turn, this unit gets 10,000 power to the shield and 10,000 power to both the attack and defense shield. So that is that's a pretty much fun thing. I think a lot of people are starting using this card more in their Keter Sanctuary decks, but I'm not 100% sure. But I figured since we're playing a godly deck, and might as well call it godly, because it's basically, I can see a priest or a nun playing this deck pretty much. That's what I think it is. Even though now Divine Sisters have their now official grade 3 Vanguard, Battle Sister, whatever her name is. She's a promo, and I had it, but I had to trade it, so there we go. So I'm not really in a hurry to get that one. But yeah, so this is a good idea. And then for the other cards, we have 3 Palladium Zeal Dragons for Perfect Guards, and 1 Elementaria Sanctitude for our Blitz order. So this is pretty much just what I think is a good idea. You guys have a different list about it. Just show me what you guys have and comment down below. Now for grade 2, this is where it gets a little... it's going to be a little bit weird, but just bear with me. So, of course, we're still using the same Gramgrace support. So, we have 4 copies of Knight of Soaring Refinement Dfyn. Dfyn? So, yeah, there's that. 4 copies of Knight of Soaring Spear Gwynllaw? Or Gwynllaw? It's something like ancient language, but yeah. So there's 4 of that one. I don't know if I said this to you guys before. I don't remember if I actually presented this one before, but I'm going to read his effect carefully. When this unit is placed on rearguard, if your Vanguard is Gramgrace, which our Vanguard is, this, in its card name, Soul Charge 1, and this unit gets 5,000 power and the end of turn. So there's that. Not a bad effect, and the other ones are... Now, this next card I'm going to show you guys, this is an idea tech card if you guys want to try it for this deck alone, but you guys don't have to, but I figured why not expand the horizon a little bit on this one. So I'm playing 2 copies of Sanctus Sanctus. All of your rear guards get boost in the end of turn. This is an old Set 12 collection card, and I thought it'd be good for Solarian, Leal, or any Keter Sanctuary deck that wants to play it. But I figured Gramgrace used to do a crap ton of boosting. So I figured, why not give everybody a boost? It's kind of like Oprah giving out, like, free cards. Like, Oprah keeps saying, you get a boost. You get a boost. Everyone gets a fucking boost. There you go. So that's a nice little reference. And then also, my personal favorite Regulus piece is Protection Twin Cast Blitz Order. So everyone is going for the Angel of Ladder one, which, the grade 3 one, which, you know, to each their own. Some are going the Faragalius, but I want to be on the safe side and have a sneak attack kind of thing, a sneak defense. So that's why Twin Cast is my go-to, like my go-to favorite. So this is just my opinion for grade 2. Now for grade 3, this is where it gets the same amount, I think. So we're still using 3 more copies of Gramgrace Sieg for Personification, Persona Ride. Now we have the promo that was easy for me to get, luckily, and I have one to spare. This one is Soaring /Knight Esmery. Her drop effect is, if your Vanguard is Gramgrace, name Energy Blast 3 and call this to rear guard. Okay. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, choose one of your grade 3 or greater Vanguards with Gramgrace in its card name, and it gets 5,000 power into a turn. If this unit is attacking from the back row center, Gateaubasque 1, and this unit gets 5,000 plus 1 drive instead of 5,000 power. Okay, so the idea is always have her in the back row just in case, so she can give us the extra drive check. So she gets 1 drive. That's not a problem actually. So does that mean, okay, so here's a quick question. So this is my first time going to be playing her. Does Esmery get plus 1 drive? That makes her a triple drive, or that makes her like just a twin drive? So I just want to clarify that, or just double check on that one. Please and thank you, because I would greatly appreciate that. The next one we have is the last one we used to have before. Knight of Soaring Blade Front of Belly. And it's the back row center rear guard unit. So yeah, this whole deck is all about back row center so that everyone gets a treat. Pretty much. So now everyone can probably attack on the back row. It does have the same feel as Magnolia Patriarch so far, just a little tiny bit. But it is limited to this back row center sometimes. But if you can guard it, you can have a hard time fighting it. I don't know. But this deck overall is a fun deck. It's not competitively strong, but to me, it's a very fun deck just to try and, you know, play around with. So that is it for the update video of Gramgrace Sieg. I'm glad that he finally got an opportunity to evolve after a long while coming. And I'm glad that they're making these decks, you know, more affordable and more fun for a lot of players who don't have the funds for it. But yeah, guys, that is it for the video for this update deck profile. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Sorry I yacked too much. That's my problem. But I am trying. Now, anyways, besides that sneeze, if you guys like the content I do create on my channel, please subscribe to my channel, show some love, comment down below, say what you guys think, just say hi, how you doing, you know, all that stuff. Let's just have a conversation, have a moment, you know, and yeah, and as always, oh, one more thing before I forget, and I tend to forget this, there will always be a deck list in the box down below, so, and there's tags, you know, you guys can find what you want to find, and yeah. So that should be all pretty much good. So I'll see you guys next video. And as always, I've been your host, Siren Frost. Signing out.